And now to discuss this issue and understand the importance of its timing and significance of delivery of this important visit, I am now being joined by Ambassador Anil Trigunayat, a seasoned diplomat who has served in this region. Welcome to India Today Global, sir. My first question
Thank
to
you,
you,
Pranay. Thank you.
sir, that this visit was very power-packed, a very short visit. Rarely these kind of visits rarely happens that in such a short period of time, such significant deliveries are announced. But what do you think? What made the timing of this visit so significant, so important? Is it a signaling? Is it a messaging? Being given to the larger audience and the geopolitics of this region?
Yes, Pranay. I mean, as you are aware that in West Asia is an extremely important region for us. It is also, in my view, an existential for us, so that its strategic stability and security remains paramount in all our calculations. That's extremely important. In recent times, we have seen that not only that region is suffering from several hotspots and volatility and fights
Hmm.
and conflicts between various countries trying to destabilize the region. But at the same time, they are also threatening India's own security in that sense. And therefore, our own strategic pursuit of our objectives and strategic partnerships with countries like UAE and Saudi Arabia and several other countries in the region has gone on from strength to strength. As far as
Hmm.
UAE is concerned, it is a unique partnership. And you
Hmm.
remember that when Prime Minister Modi took over, UAE was the first country. He has been there 7 times himself, and this is the fifth visit of Sheikh Zayed to India,
Hmm.
which is rare in any sense of the term, wherever you look at it. You will not find this kind of bonhomie, this kind of um,
Hmm.
sort of coordination
Sure.
with
Hmm.
both the countries and also in the regional and sub-regional context. Now,
Hmm.
this visit was short but highly substantive and
Hmm.
significant. Now, in
Hmm.
order to do such visits, it is also important that the prior consultations happen. If you remember,
Hmm.
Dr. Jaishankar was in Abu Dhabi for a strategic
Yes.
dialogue, which was held.
Hmm.
And then before that, we had the Joint Commission meeting as
Hmm.
well as the High Council meeting, which had
Hmm.
already worked out on several important outcomes. At
Hmm.
the same time, currently, as we are seeing, there is a very different kind of a situation happening in the Middle East, especially in the GCC countries,
Hmm.
and that we are looking at new kind of defense and strategic equations are emerging in the region.
I actually
And
wanted to ask you
therefore,
about the defense agreement only, Ambassador Trigunayat, that we have seen a letter of intent for strategic defense partnership among other big defense moves. Does this trip point to some immediate regional security pressure, and why UAE has decided to enter into this defense partnership with India? How we should read this?
as you know that we do have a defense agreement, and
Hmm.
our chiefs have been visiting. We have been conducting military exercises with UAE and with other countries in the region, but mainly with the United Arab Emirates. And this was the first country where the chief of army staff also visited. And we have been having regular exchanges with UAE in that sense. But right now,
Hmm.
what we are trying to do is we are expanding the defense
Hmm.
partnership into innovation, into joint manufacturing, into different areas. And of course,
Hmm.
this is to do something to do with the regional developments that have taken place. There are certain polarizations that are taking place. And I would also say that since
Hmm.
we are looking at Pakistan getting deeply immersed into the becoming sort of a net security provider, so India
Hmm.
has been always looked up by various
Hmm.
countries in the region. And I can tell you from personal experience that they want
Hmm.
India to play a greater role, and in fact, many of the people want India to
Yes.
be a security arbiter in the region as well.
Hmm.
Although we have not resorted to that, but that is one
Hmm.
thing. On
Hmm.
this particular thing, I would
Hmm.
say between UAE and India, and during this visit, it's pretty clear that the key
You're absolutely
areas
right,
have
Ambassador
been
Trigunayat. A lot
focused.
is happening in West Asia region. But if I may, try and understand from you that, recently President Donald Trump has extended an invitation to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to be part of the Board of Peace on Gaza reconstruction. How do you see this development and for India? And do you think that, today's summit also indicates for India's West Asia diplomacy amid these fast-moving US-led initiatives?
Well, USA initiative is very much understandable. President Trump has been committed to Gaza peace.
Hmm.
He has been trying very hard, actually, despite several odds, including from their own strategic partner in Israel, which is opposing it. Actually, even the Board of Peace, they are not on the same, I would say, same cardboard to begin with on
Yes.
their chessboards. So they don't like Pakistan being there. They don't like Turkey being there or their forces being there. That's the Israeli objections to that. But as far as India is concerned, nobody has any objection to anyone. But India is not. India has been invited, but I doubt very much that we'll be accepting it. But India should be providing assistance, which we have been doing humanitarian assistance for Gazans who have suffered a great deal. But India is acceptable everywhere. I mean, that is the beauty of India's diplomacy, I would say. And West Asia, India's West Asia diplomacy has been a great success, and the result of that is clearly evident in any of the areas you see, whether from Saudi Arabia down to UAE to Israel or to Egypt, any country you look at, India's relationship has become strategic in the real sense of the term in the region. And so
Absolutely,
I think,
Ambassador
and more,
Trigunayat. The
yes.
diplomacy of India has actually, gave these dividends. And in fact, thanks to all of diplomats like you who have served for the country and provided the building block for this partnership. Thank you very much for sharing your perspective and thoughts
Thank you.
on this important visit.